They know he's gone too far. The American people know that Donald Trump lied to them. He said, we're going to target violent felons. Instead, they're targeting 5-year-old boys with Spider-Man backpacks. They're horrifying the American people. And so Democrats are committed to this fight. And again, we've made clear, line in the sand, red line. We've articulated the things that will be necessary for there to be a full year appropriations bill connected to ICE funding, because we're standing on the side of the American people, some of whom have been killed in cold blood by ICE in plain sight, horrifying the American people. Thanks. I indicated there's a variety of different perspectives, and we'll continue to have that discussion. I have to talk to them. Republicans are in the majority in this institution that has now been around for more than 200 years. It's hard to cite an example where in an institution that is majoritarian in nature, as you know, where the minority steps in to help the majority pass a rule when, as I've indicated to you, there are multiple bills within that rule that we strongly disagree with and do not support, separate and apart from the appropriations issue. I mean, that's not too difficult to contemplate. On rare occasions have we stepped in to deal with Republican dysfunction, including in the last Congress, where it related to making sure that we funded our ally, Ukraine, because we had to stop the pro-Putin caucus within the House Republican Conference from undermining the free world, our values, democracy, freedom, and truth, as opposed to continuing to play footsie with Vladimir Putin. That was a rare occasion. Hard to cite another example in the last few Congresses that actually involved Democrats stepping in to help Republicans govern an institution when Mike Johnson and my Republican colleagues have spent the last year lecturing the country that they have some massive mandate. If they have some massive mandate, then go pass your rule, which includes toxic bills that we don't support. Don't come to us unless you actually want to negotiate on the substance of getting things done that make life better for the American people. Brianna. Yes. Republicans done effed up in Texas, and they know it. We knew it months ago. And it's because of a variety of reasons. First of all, they were never going to get 5 seats. But they created a scenario where they tried to take 5 seats away from Democrats, didn't think that we were going to respond. California responds decisively, and we will pick up 5 seats as a result of Prop 50 in California. And it remains to be seen what happens in Texas. I can guarantee you they won't win 5 seats. They're going to struggle to win 3 based on 2024 performance, let alone what we've seen literally over the last year. And let me congratulate Taylor Remmett, who ran an extraordinary campaign. It was a decisive victory. It was a shellacking for Republicans in Texas that even caught Ron DeSantis' attention. They can't ignore it. And by the way, Republicans have been losing elections and Democrats have been winning elections since January of last year. Irrefutable fact. This has now gone on for 13 consecutive months. And during the entirety of the Trump presidency, Democrats haven't lost a single meaningful election. Not one. Not one. We won the Iowa special election in January. That was a district that Trump had just won by 20 points, a state Senate seat in Iowa. Decisively won an election in February for the Westchester County Executive in a district partially represented by Mike Lawler. In March, we won a state Senate race in Pennsylvania in a part of the Commonwealth where we hadn't had representation in over 100 years. It was a district that Donald Trump had just won by 15 points. In April of last year, we won a special election in the Wisconsin State Supreme Court contest by over 11 points in a state that Donald Trump had just won, where Elon Musk spent over $25 million. In May, for the first time in 12 years, we won the mayor race in Omaha, Nebraska, and elected an African-American for the first time ever in the history of that great state. In the off-year elections in November, we won all over the country, in Virginia, in New Jersey, in New York, flipped seats in Mississippi to break the Republican supermajority in the state Senate, won 3 state Supreme Court races in Pennsylvania, won statewide in Georgia for the first time in 20 years, crushed it in California with Prop 50. Democrats in the off-year elections won up and down the ballot across the country, in statewide races, in county legislative races, and at all points in between. And then in December of last year, we won the mayor's race in Miami for the first time in almost 30 years. Crushed the Republican opposition. And then 2 days ago in Texas, this is extraordinary, in a district that Donald Trump won by 17 points, the Democrat wins by 14 points. That's a 31-point swing. No one's ever seen anything like that in modern American political history. Democrats are doing that. A 50-point swing in Texas amongst Hispanic voters. And state Senate districts in Texas aren't small. They're bigger than congressional districts. That has sent a chill down the spine of every single House Republican in Texas and across the country. And it gets worse for them because Republicans spent over $2.4 million to try to hold a seat that Donald Trump had just won by 17 points, and the Democrats spent about $400,000, outspent 6-1, and crushed the Republican extremists. At what point will Republican extremists come to the conclusion that your reach ain't long enough and your peeps ain't strong enough? You are on the verge of losing control of the House of Representatives in November, and the Senate is looking increasingly shaky as well. Republicans have failed. Democrats are on the move because the American people have had enough. I mentioned on Friday that Congresswoman Shafrelis McCormick is entitled to the presumption of innocence like every other American. I'm a hard no. as it relates to the effort to expel her, and it's going to fail. Thanks. Well, the SAVE Act is dead on arrival. It's not going anywhere in the Senate. And the Republicans have failed on the issue of immigration enforcement. These people are desperate. They've lost their advantage on every single issue that they thought was going to be part of some permanent realignment. How was it possible that they actually convinced people that there was some permanent realignment when they haven't won a race in 13 months? It's confusing to me. Their policies have failed completely. Donald Trump is deeply unpopular. Democrats have been up in the generic ballot for months. And everybody understands if the election were held today, they're going down in flames on the other side. Because Democrats are the only group of people actually focused not on partisan bills like the SAVE Act, so-called SAVE Act, but on actually making life better for the American people, driving down the high cost of living, fixing our broken healthcare system, cleaning up corruption, making it clear here in America, our view, you work hard, you play by the rules, as hundreds of millions of Americans do, you should be able to live an affordable life, a comfortable life, live the good life. That's what Democrats are fighting hard to bring about. Good paying job, good housing, good health care, good education for your children, and a good retirement. Thank you, everyone.
All right.